I live in Darlington, Wisconsin. My wife and I and family, we've lived there since 1986, and kids came along, of course, after we've been there. I pastored the church, the district church in Darlington for 20 years. Since 2006, I've worked as the Associate District Executive Minister of Mobilization for the Great Lakes Baptist Conference. Yeah, you know, I didn't have a passion to leave local church ministry. I think that's the heart of it, although I do have a passion for the larger church, and so some of what we have done in these 2 years has been to really help establish some health in some older churches. And that whole idea was very attractive to me, although I knew going in that it would probably be a temporary position and we would be in a direct church ministry again sometime. And so we've been anticipating this date, and here it is. I've been in ministry for almost 30 years, since graduating college in 1980, and we've done a lot of things in ministry. And one of the things I'm thinking about now that I am an old person of 50 is how I'm going to invest the next 25 years of my life. What's the best use of that? The one experience that we haven't had is church planting. And so some doorways of opportunity haven't been opened to us in terms of coaching and mentoring and leading because we don't have that experience. So all that was part of the work of thinking that through with wisdom and praying that through and wondering how that might all work with how we're going to invest the next 25 to 30 years of our life in ministry. The God of the universe is worthy of praise, and churches are about that, people being called from darkness into light to declare the praises of Him who has done that in our life, has called us and saved us. And God is worthy of praise in every corner of His creation. And so that's what motivates me in ministry. And Baldwin is one of those corners of His creation. The fact that Baldwin is growing rapidly, the fact that St. Croix County is growing rapidly means there are all kinds of people moving here who may be reached with the teaching and proclamation of the gospel that in God's grace might become some of those who are called from darkness to light. Our target date, we hope to be in Baldwin by August 1st, 2009. And so we've got a lot of things to do between now and then. We need to raise some funds. Our church planners raise support as missionaries do. And so we need to do some of that between now and then. We have to sell our home in Darlington. And so people can be in prayer about that. We have to find a home yet in Baldwin. And so we're doing preliminary searches about that. What we hope to do is begin to gather people once we're on site in August who share the values and vision of this new church plant. And so it's hard to know how long that would take, gathering people to form a church and to form some of the systems and foundations of the church. There's no way to know how long that would take, so I can't predict an opening day worship service at this point. But that's what we'll be doing initially, meeting with a lot of individuals, sharing the vision and calling people to pray about being a part of that. To do that. Initially, I'm sure we would worship in a leased or rented facility, depending on what's available over there, and go from there. So, there may be people here who attend faith who live in the direction of Baldwin, Woodville, anywhere from Roberts, Hammond, and east, and they want to be praying about whether God may be calling them to be a part of this new work in Baldwin. Now, they could do that. Commit for 3 years or for 3 months or for up to a year and come back to faith and commit initially, or they can commit to stay till Jesus comes back and that church is in existence, upon His return. So people need to think about that. Another thing they could think about is names they have of people they know out in that area that we could contact and speak with. So that would be a big deal. People willing to come and physically be present in that work, or refer us to people who would be willing to do that.